going on? I'm Reagan. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Plano, Texas, and I'm a freestyle clip jumper. I've always been an athlete. I love sports. I grew up with two older brothers that pushed me to be better in every sport that I do. That competitive nature has always drawn me to love sports, and that's just been my passion my entire life. I didn't know what sport was going to be it for me. It was basketball, then baseball, and soccer, and then golf. And then COVID came around, and I really love to do parkour. I like to, the world's my playground. I got into cliff diving during COVID. I started to do some small jumps off some little bridges and some small cliffs with some of my friends, and I tried to do some flips. And next thing you know, I was actually pretty good at it. And then I found this parkour gym that I could train at. It's called Tempest. This was a crucial timing. Right when I started jumping, I found this gym I could train at, and it was perfect. I started coming here. They have trampolines. They have an airbag with ledges next to them. So it's just a really cool place where you can practice your flips safely and progress. And I found this gym, and immediately I knew this is what I want to do right here. And it's just something that I was really good at and fell in love with. When COVID comes around, I've never really traveled much, but I figured cliff jumping would be a cool way to travel, and it might take me to some pretty cool spots. So technical diving has been around for a while, Olympic style diving, which is pretty cool, but it's just from a platform into a pool or into water. It's very manicured. Freestyle cliff jumping, on the other hand, there's a lot more variables that are involved. We're jumping off of a waterfall with maybe there's slippery rocks, or there's a gap, or there's precisions, or there's trees you have to worry about. It's not manicured. So that's the cool part about cliff jumping, is it's a lot more raw, and everyone has different styles too. And in technical diving, everyone has the same style. They have the same trick. You want to keep your toes pointed. You got to keep your legs together. You know what you're going to see. In freestyle cliff jumping, you have no idea what you're going to see. Everyone has different styles, skier grabs, they're throwing at different axes. It's really cool. Everyone has their own swag to it, Everyone has their own personality when they jump. It's like an art form. I think that's really beautiful. Everyone can have their own unique style, so that's pretty sick. And now there's death diving, which is a Norwegian sport that I got into because it's super fun. Initially, I got into it just because it was a blast, and it's a style of dive where it looks like you're going to belly flop, and then at the last second, you tuck and you save yourself. And it's a crowd pleaser, everyone's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, it was fine. It didn't hurt at all, So that was cool, and I got pretty good at it. And next thing you know, fast forward a couple years later, I'm getting invited to Norway to go compete in the World Championship death diving event, which was so surreal. Somehow I got second, so now I'm considered the top U.S. death diver, which is like, I can't even fathom that. It's pretty cool, and it just shows I started working pretty hard at it, and it started to pay off, Is there any fear or nervousness before the jump? Oh yeah, so much fear. Fear is there, but the way you overcome fear is you prepare. Preparing is everything. I spend all my time in the gym preparing for these jumps so that when I get to the spot, I know exactly what I am capable of doing. And if something is beyond my capability, then yes, that fear is going to be overwhelming, and I'm not going to be able to do the jump. But when I have put all the preparation and I know what my body is capable of doing, and I know that I can do the jump, then that fear is still there, but my confidence overcomes that fear. And then if you're not confident enough, then maybe you shouldn't do that jump. Always swim and check your depth before you jump into water. That's very important. Can you describe your scariest jump? My scariest jump so far. Some of the jumps aren't the scary part. Sometimes the scary part is checking the depth. Sometimes the waterfalls are too powerful, and it's scary to get in there and fight the current and see what's under there and make sure there's no rocks. And sometimes the climb is scarier than the jump. Climbing up to a certain takeoff can be very scary, or climbing out. So it's not just about the jump a lot of times. It's like the whole process of doing a jump can be really thrilling. My scariest jumps, man, there's too many to choose from, but I think what makes it scary is when you're at a spot that's super remote and there's no room for error. And a lot of times we're deep in the jungle or deep in the forest, miles away from civilization, so you know that you can't get hurt, or else it's going to be a very, very hard hike, and you're going to make it hard for your friends that are with you. So that puts a lot of pressure on your jump. which is good. I think pressure makes diamonds, you know. My most memorable jump was probably in Hawaii when I went to this one island called Lanai. It's a very hard island to access, and I got over there and I kind of went there by myself. And I met a couple guys at the beach, and they took me out to this sacred cliff jumping spot, and I went out there by myself. I didn't have any of my buddies around, and I did some pretty epic jumps, and that was really special to me because I felt like I just went on this mission, this side mission, and made it happen all by myself. And I was at this super sacred, amazing cliff jumping spot, probably the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen, and I got to do some pretty extraordinary jumps there, and I was super excited about that. Hawaii is super cool. It's very dangerous. You know, there's sharp rocks. It's in the jungle. There's oceans. There's sharks. There's, I think Hawaii is just, it's known for energy. And I think if you don't have the right energy in Hawaii, it's gonna spit you right out. Somewhere I want to go is definitely Eastern Asia. I know that there are some beautiful locations over there. Australia. I want to explore South America a lot. I mean, I want to go see the whole world. I want to jump everywhere. But right now, my favorite spots are either on the West Coast or Hawaii. DryTide is by far the best backpack for me, for what I do. Sometimes we're traversing through rivers, or you know, we have to jump a waterfall and keep going. And there's nothing like having a good backpack you can trust with your phone and camera, keys, money, passport, and being able to like have that backpack in the water and not worry about those things getting ruined. Whenever people see our videos, they're, why are you throwing the rock? So the reason why we throw rocks is to get a good estimation of how long we're gonna be in the air. Whenever I throw a rock, I pretend that rock is me. And so I'm seeing how long it takes to hit the water. It's like physics, and you see, okay, if I jump this far, the rock's gonna land right there. Okay, that's where I'm gonna land. You know, a rock really gives us a good idea of where the water is, how long we're gonna be in the air, and it's very important. And it just kind of, and so the cool thing is with DryTide is I figured I can throw this off waterfall. So instead of throwing a rock, I'm just gonna throw it in my backpack and then follow the backpack down. And it's a cool video idea. It's a great way to promote the backpack as well. Meantime, for the future, I don't want this to just be a 2-year thing where I come on the scene and then I have an injury and then I'm out. I want to be able to do this for a long time, and so health is very important to me. My physical fitness, I'm always in the gym, training, preparing my body for these very intense feats, and so I just try to stay strong, stay wise, and you know, stay healthy. If you guys want to check me out on Instagram, my Instagram is rpopoff1, or if you just search Reagan Popoff on YouTube or Instagram, you'll find me, and you can tag along on my adventures. I hope you enjoy.